If there's one thing many people have learned during the anguishing, insane, anti-constitutional COVID-19 lockdowns in the U.S., is that they're not supposed to question big government, pop media push narratives. And that now applies to the leftist idea that Donald Trump should not do what he's supposed to do as president, that he should not nominate a candidate to fill the U.S. Supreme Court vacancy created by the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. But history and the history of Ginsburg's nomination itself say otherwise. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRCTV. Yeah, the narrative pushed by rhinos such as Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski and Maine Senator Susan Collins, as well as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and CNN via their specially chosen guest incubus Bill Clinton, is that Trump should not try to appoint a new justice just over 6 weeks before an election. And if Biden should win, Trump should not appoint a justice at all. We need deliberation, they tell us, because, of course, deliberation is precisely what people like Pelosi love. She is, after all, the woman who spouted the immortal venom.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it, away from the fog of the controversy.
When pushing the insult to the Constitution and liberty called Obamacare in 2010. And Bill Clinton is so fond of deliberation, he charged his wife with the task of meeting with special interests behind closed doors to scheme about reshaping the health care and health insurance markets back in 1993. Oh, but as Ocasio-Cortez desperately claims,
the very last dying wish of RBG was that her vacancy not be filled until the new president takes office in January. That was her dying wish.
Well, it turns out 3 Supreme Court justices were nominated and approved within 45 days of an election. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg was one of them. As Jordan Davidson notes for The Federalist, folks have noticed this fact and they're starting to tell others. According to Senate records, Justices Ginsburg, John Paul Stevens, and Sandra Day O'Connor were all confirmed in a short period of time. Stevens' confirmation in 1975 took 19 days. O'Connor's confirmation in 1981 took 33 days. And Ginsburg's confirmation in 1993 took 42 days. And Davidson observes that Matt Batzell, the National Executive Director of American National, an organization that trains young conservatives interested in politics, tweeted this on September 18th. Yes, Trump has time to nominate and get his nominee confirmed to the Supreme Court. Every single vote on a SCOTUS nominee of the last 45 years was voted on in less time than what Trump has between now and the end of his current term. And this might be an opportune time to note the madness of calling America the land of the free when its central government has so much power over our lives and a handful of people in black robes can change the state of freedom for generations. Perhaps we can observe the warnings of people like the anti-federalist Robert Yates, who, writing as Brutus during the important debate over the adoption of the Constitution, predicted that the judicial branch of the federal government would usurp power and expand the central government. As Gary M. Galles noted in 2018 for the Foundation for Economic Education, Brutus predicted that the Supreme Court would adopt very liberal principles of interpretation because there had never in history been a court with such immense powers, which was perilous for a nation founded on consent of the governed. Well, that consent of the governed thing is a fallacy. It could easily empower creative rulings with the force of law due to insufficient ability to control their adjudications and correct their errors. This failing would compound over time in a silent and imperceptible manner through precedents building on one another. Yates was prophetic, but he didn't need any supernatural powers to be a prophet. It's the tendency of the state and its political office holders to claim more power through cunning conspiracies, simple pandering, cronyism, bogus military operations, fear-mongering, glad handling, pork handouts, and of course, central banking. The state always grows, and it's a rare judge who will stand in its way. The system's designed to attack liberty, and none of the grandstanding of the big government political players can ever hide that fact. We know the score. And the only small hope we have when looking at the Supreme Court is that Trump nominates someone who might stand as one of those rare exceptions, who might possibly stand against the statist storm battering what's left of our liberty. Finding someone like that is something that can't happen too soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for being part of this great group of people. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you like and that you're still subscribed, and please share these videos with friends. It's a really, really big deal for us. If you can visit MRCTV.org, that's awesome. And don't forget to go to the MRC store, MRC-store. And we'll see you on Facebook, we'll see you on Instagram, and I am on Twitter at Gard Goldsmith. For MRCTV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.